So this video shows how we can use some old school techniques to get out a surface pretty quickly using some, like if we don't want to modify the surface, using the Civil 3D tools. So the first thing I want to do is just select the surface, and then I need to extract out the contours, the major and minors. So if I select the surface, that'll turn on the contextual ribbon, and I can find there's a surface tools panel and an extract from surface option. And I want to extract out contours and out of the surface, so I'll use the extract objects option. Here I can do major and minor contours and select all of them. You can also do a subset, but I'm going to do all of them. And then you can hit OK. So now I have both the surface in the drawing as well as some polyline contours. So I don't want to see the surface anymore. So I'm going to change the style from whatever value it is to no display. When I do that, now all I have is polylines that I can be displayed in the drawing. I can then go in and I can smooth out contours by grip editing them. So I can pick a grip edit, pick a point, and then move it out of the way. If I want to delete some PIs, I can always go up to the Modify tab and select the Delete PI button. And then I can quickly and easily just move them where I need them to go. I could also weed the values there. So also on there is a weed option. So I can click on weed, pick the polyline that I want, and then I can change those values. So if I want to make them a little more straight, I can say 1 degree. Down below here I get a view of what's being removed, and then I can hit OK. So now I've got fewer vertices to deal with. So once I get all my contours to look pretty the way I need them to do, I can then add some labels. So I can't use contour labels because it's not a surface anymore, it's just dumb polylines. So I can go to the Annotate tab, and on the Annotate tab on the far left hand side is an Add Labels button. So on the Add Labels button, I can then add labels to my lines and curves, or the contours polylines that represent contours. So I can choose the contour style that I created, and all this is pulling the elevation Z value, and then I can press Add. And when I do that, it's going to add in that contour label. If I don't like where they are, I can always click on it and then drag it to a new location. Once I'm happy with where everything is, I could then explode the labels. So I can select one of them, right click, and choose Select Similar. That'll select all of those labels, and then I can do explode, and now I've got blocks in here that represent those labels, contour labels. If I do regen, it'll update the graphics and show the line through them. And so that's one way to get a quick output instead of going through and modifying the contours.